Let's work on the XML layout and actually add some elements to our app. So right now we just have Hi Daniel. For Android apps, we have mainly two different languages, Kotlin and XML. For the layout, it is all done in XML. So if we click on Activity Main, you'll notice that here is our code for the layout. Let's switch modes. Let's go into split mode. I'm going to make my emulator smaller. And on the left is our XML code. This is actually what generates our, for example, Hi Daniel that you see over there. There's different number of modes. There's code mode where we can just write code, design mode where we can drag and drop, and then kind of a split mode where we have both. Let's go ahead and go to design mode for now. To kind of build up our screen, we can zoom in there. We can just pan around, scroll wheel. We can just drag elements in. So if we get a button, we can kind of just click and drag. We can put it somewhere. We'll put it right there. It has the default style attached. We can always double click on it or click on it, and once it's selected, you'll have options over here. I'm gonna make that smaller. You'll have options on the right side where we can actually modify elements and attributes about that element. So if we don't select it, it's different. Let's select that, and there's all different kinds of elements we can do. Go to next screen, or let's do chat now with your neighbor. Maybe it automatically changes the text. You can experiment with all of this, everything you see here. We're not going to go over there. There, padding, colors, background colors, etc., etc. But for now, that's actually, sorry about that. So what we're going to do is let's go ahead and run it really quickly with the run button there. Whenever you make a modification, we can run it and it will actually show up in our emulator. I'm going to resize our windows here so we have a little bit better space here. And at the bottom, Gradle build running. This will always take a second. And again, if you have a physical device, you can just use your USB device, plug it into your, plug it by USB into your Mac or Linux or Windows. So there's our chat now. You'll notice it's all the way in the top left. That's because we are using constraint layout, which is obviously recommended. Don't really use linear layout or relative layout. Those are kind of old, maybe a few years ago. So to reposition something where we want it, you just basically click on the sides, click and drag, and again, it's the circle is what we want to click and drag on. So if we click and drag on there, it'll be positioned in the bottom and is actually where it will go. So you notice before it was right there. If you don't use constraints, it'll automatically put it in the top left. So that's good for there. We have chat now. So we have a chat button, chat with our neighbors. If you go ahead and run that, it should be the bottom centered. And it's important to note that whatever size device your user is using, it'll actually be centered in this case. So it's not a set amount from the left or the right. It's actually using kind of a magnets to kind of pull it to the left, pull it to the right, and it will be just centered there. And again, all of this sort of stuff, we can actually, with the design mode again and our XML layout, we can actually do a lot of this code, or we can write a lot of XML by selecting here, so to speak. So now there's padding at the bottom. I think that's good for now. And we won't modify the colors. For now, those are good, but that'll put our chat now button at the bottom. So we have that. I'm trying to think of what else we can do. I'm going to go ahead and just select that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just select it, hit delete. We don't need that button right now. That'll be good. Again, there are a lot of elements on the left we can click and drag, go through here. Say you're trying to create a login screen. Text is usually what we want to do. So say we want them to log in, we'll just then kind of go in random here. Let's go ahead and create an email field. And again, we're always going to need to click and drag to actually constrain it. Left there, left, right there. If we go ahead and select it, make that to the left, make it all the way to the top. And again, we want some space there. So we're going to have a little bit of padding. That's kind of, that's padding. Yeah, it should be padding. And we'll do the same. We'll just make it 32, whatever that was at the bottom. So you notice it doesn't take up the entire space. What we can actually do is to make up the entire space. Say your phone is, 1 inch wide or, 10 inches wide, kind of extremes, but you get the point. However wide it is, it'll automatically just we want it to automatically stretch. So what we can do here, we can actually type in 0dp, and it's actually another way to do it. But what that does is essentially kind of toggle through different modes there, and you'll see change it to wrap content, a set number of dp. So it's not in pixels like px, it's actually constraint layout. So if we click it one more time, there we go. So 0dp basically means however wide the screen is, that's how much room you want it to take up. So I'm going to select that, and let's add a little bit of padding to the left and right. We're just going with 32 because that's kind of what I selected. So there's also, I think we can add a hint or something. Hint, I think is what it was called. Hint will be email. There we go. So there's their email. And some of you also want them to enter their password. So we'll go ahead and click this in here. And again, we can actually constrain this password field. Instead of to a side of the screen, we can attach it to another element. So we'll just attach it to the email field, and we'll click and drag to constrain there, and we want some spacing above it, so we'll select it, get rid of the hint there, and with that we'll go ahead and we'll change it later, but 32 is kind of what we're going with. And again, we want the width to be how wide it is to be, constraint layout, so we can kind of toggle through these 3 different modes until we get kind of that squiggly line. Or another way to do it is this should say 0dp. So again, we can, if you want it to be like a set fix, 126 dp, we can do that, and it will automatically be however wide that is. But we actually want it to take up the full space. I think you get the idea. Okay, so let's do 32. There we go, there's our password field. And I think this is also called hint, maybe, is it? Yes, hint. We'll do password. I think that's, yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and run this. And so this is kind of our login screen. Maybe chat now shouldn't be that should be login maybe, but we'll go ahead and work with this for now. And here we are. So great. So there's our email field, and I'm on my keyboard. So we can actually, if you're on a phone, you just type obviously, or we can do type, and we have our email keyboard, ASDF, whatever you type in there. Now for your password field, if we type, you'll notice it has that kind of, the asterisk there. So what actually happens is it masks it for us, and that's because we selected the password and the password and the plain text field. I think it was the edit text. So this is kind of our basic login screen. So this is all how we kind of modify our XML layout. So right now, when we click submit or next, it doesn't actually do anything. That is all powered by Kotlin code. The layout is all done in XML, so the file's in .xml obviously, and again we just use design mode. But really quickly before the next video, if we wanted to give you a little peek, we can actually go into code, and instead of clicking and dragging and typing, instead of using this kind of WYSIWYG editor or whatever, we could actually just type it all in XML. So if you wanted to, we could type our hint equals email. We could add padding of 32 dp. We could make the width 0 dp, but sometimes it's just easier to just click and drag element in versus having to type out, for example, all of that email and all of this password, it looks like. So design mode can be helpful. In the next video, we'll actually add actions to our user interaction, where if we want to actually validate a password, for example, with some basic kind of built-in authentication, we can actually validate that the password really is, Daniel123, for example. Don't ever use that password, very, very insecure, but we'll actually use some Kotlin code to validate passwords in the next video.